Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. And now we're here to do another video. Sorry for wondering that I had never made a video for like a really long time, a little bit. Because I had online class and stuff like that. I didn't make a video for a long time since after my 50 subscriber celebration video. Anyways, we're here to do my review for the newest episode, Schooled. Yeah, this episode was one of those episodes I was very looking forward to. Yeah, I was looking forward to this even more than the Coop Dreams from season 4, and also Wheelandale from season 4. School was an hour long special, which made me even more excited about this episode because I really do like hour long specialist ideas. But this is not a spoiler review. This is gonna be a spoiler free. I'm not gonna discuss really everything about the episode. So if you are watching this, haven't seen Schooled, just go watch the episode, watch the spoiler free, and next, boom, you'll just be, know my opinion. Anyways, let's start with the good. So, before we begin with the good, I'll tell you the origin story and how I got hyped for School. So actually, I never knew School was actually an episode. After I heard some news about the whole episode Schooled, I checked out Lattice Encyclopedia to check out if the episode is actually real, and actually it was. But after a few days, we never got the plot yet, and all I knew is that episode was actually going to air in September. And next, according to Wikipedia, it says that all we knew is that Lincoln and his friends are going to middle school. And then the plot was revealed. The next day had the whole plot about Lily being potty trained and Lori going to college, and that got me even more excited. And when the promos came out, I got even more excited. Yeah, this is probably one of the most hyped episodes for me. Yeah, I was hyped for this one as much as I did with SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout. So, how does this episode turn out? Well, I'll tell you later. But before we begin, I'll tell you right now. Anyways, let's discuss the positives. Now, there's a few things in the special I like. I like the fact that this episode has multiple plots. Yeah, Lincoln going to middle school, and next he's being transferred to Canada. Lori going to college, Lily being potty trained. Yeah, it's all interesting plots. And we got a little mini subplot with Leni. They're in preschool, which is actually my favorite part of this whole episode. Yeah, Leni in preschool. That's actually my favorite part in this entire episode. Now let's discuss more on the positives. Now, since I told you about there being multiple plots, which I like, there's also other parts I like in this episode. I never found Rusty that annoying as a character. And how's his new voice actor? He is a bit worse than the original Rusty, but he is new to this, so I bet he is gonna improve. Because there is an episode called Kernel of Truth involves Lincoln and the middle school action news team, which could have him make a cameo in the episode, and next have him a little bit more of a speaking role. And I bet the actor who now plays Rusty would improve more. But yeah, for now, Rusty's voice is pretty okay. And there's a few jokes I like. I was more on amused than I was more laughing. Particularly, there's only one joke I particularly laughed at, the part where Zach and Rusty are pretty much having a fight, yet they missed the bus. Yeah, you had to see it to believe it. And there's a few parts I also liked. I liked the parents' ways and try to potty train Lily, even though Lily's actually outsmarting them. I like the fact that a few characters actually returned back, like Bobby and Cheryl. Yeah, and we even got to know more about Cheryl's backstory in this episode. Know more of Cheryl's family tree in this episode, which is actually a pretty good thing to developing more on side characters. And Clyde in this episode isn't really as annoying as he was there in Predictability or a few other episodes like Get the Message. Yeah, I kind of find Clyde tolerable in this episode. Yeah, Stella too is much better utilized than she was there in Predictability and Antique Tough. Yeah, she here is nowhere near as good as she was in season 4. Yeah, I think that season has the best version of Stella. In season 3, she appeared in most of the more mediocre and bad episodes. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yeah, and the really bad episode that she actually appeared in, which I really hated, was A Grave Mistake. If you're wondering where that part was, well, it's the part there in the episode at the funeral. We get to see a cameo of Stella and a bunch of other students like Liam. You gotta watch that episode again to figure out what I'm talking about. Yeah, Stella was much better utilized than she was there in season 3 for me. What about the other characters? Well, Liam wasn't very annoying in this episode, but he was decent and he's kind of likable. And I wasn't very fond of his swimming joke, and not very fond of his swimming joke. And the principal wasn't very memorable for me, but I did like her reaction when she ate her favorite foods there at Lynn's table, and also that's nice. Also, we have 2 musical numbers in this episode. Yeah, one was actually in a promo, one was actually not in a promo. If anyone was not in the promo, you'll watch the episode. I won't tell you, but the first song was actually one of my favorite songs on the Loud House. Yeah, but it's now my top 10 favorite songs. It's now my top 5. Yeah, is it as good as Play It Loud or Best Thing Ever? No, it's nowhere near as good as those songs. Yeah, those are truly one of the best songs from the entire show. And the other song, it wasn't as good as We Got This, We Got This. But it was still a decent musical number, that's all I can say. I won't tell you the title, you just gotta figure it out by watching it. Yeah. Yeah, it's also nice. And also Lisa's role wasn't very... Also, I do like Lisa's role in the episode, though she kind of a little bit played as more of a lesser main role than the main 4, that being Lincoln, Lori, Lily, and Leni. As she did have part in the story, and she was there for a purpose. Now, let's move on to the negatives. Yeah, I got a few negatives. Firstly, Lincoln's middle school teacher, I won't tell his name, was very unlikable in this episode. Yeah, he is on par with one of the worst characters in the entire series, such as Lord Tetherby and those kids from Save the Date. Yeah, he's on par with those characters as worst characters. Also, Chandler is very annoying. Yeah, it's no surprise because he was in the promo because he pretty much laughed at Lincoln. Yeah, I won't tell you the things he does, but in the promo you see him get his comeuppance by Moose. And yeah, that was a very deserving comeuppance because he did tons of bad things to Lincoln in this episode. And the principal wasn't very memorable for his character. She wasn't as good as Principal Huggins. Yeah, she's nowhere near as bad as Principal Rivers from Deep Cuts. But, oh well, she's okay. And I'm not very interested in Lori's subplot. I also kind of find that the students that she was with, pretty unlikable. Yeah, they pretty much have a running gag, which I won't tell you. But I found the running gag a little bit annoying. There's actually a plot hole, which I won't actually mention. I will mention it in my spoiler review, but for now, it involves Leni. Yeah, the plot hole actually involves Leni. And I was not very fond of that the other siblings didn't really have a big role here, like Lola or Luna or Luann. I mean, yes, sure, they have a few lines, but they weren't really there for the plot. I wish they had a few lines in this entire episode. But yeah, I think the story needs to be more focused on the main 4 characters of this, main siblings of this entire episode. And the Canada plot line was not very good, and the stereotypes weren't really that funny. Yeah, I think these stereotypes were probably not as were probably this is not as bad as the God stereotypes of Grave Mistake or Sandhastles, but yeah. For me, I was just not very amused with the fact that with the Canadian stereotypes. Yeah, that's all I can say about Schooled. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. And my official score for this episode right now is a 7 out of 10. It's both a good and a bad, but a good and an average episode a little bit. But this is not my final score. You have to watch the video. Yeah, this score may be changed. So yeah, who knows? It might reach the bottom level for bad specials. And yeah, I'm planning to rank the specials soon after my review for Schooled. Spoiler review, yeah. This will be my spoiler-free review for Schooled. And if you're wondering, well, why are you reviewing Schooled now? Shouldn't you be doing it by spoiler reviews like you do with the other videos? I mean, listen to my Biddy Sitting spoiler-free review. I made a spoiler-free review for that episode, and yes, I actually reviewed that episode after that video. So for one thing also, are you gonna do a spoiler review of Schooled right after the marathon? Yes. After my vacation marathon, after the latest vacation marathon, I'll review Schooled. After one episode about Luna, which I'll review soon. So yeah, comment down below and tell me which Luna episode am I talking about. So yeah, I have main two suggestions, Snoop Song or Deep Cuts. So yeah, tell me which episode you actually want me to do in the comments down below. And if there's no comments, well, I'll just think it by myself. So yeah, official score for School, this is 7 out of 10, it's more on a B minus. A bit of disappointment, but yeah, there's a few good parts, so of course it has to bump up to the good. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good day, guys.